We can go up 2 more steps before the balcony even starts, and therefore everything's gonna be up 1 more block, right? And then things are gonna crap. And then things are gonna fit better up here because everything's 1 block higher. Does that make sense? Are you guys keeping up, or am I just mumbling to myself now? Alright, get rid of all of that. Also, I can see the water in my mind. I can visualize where the water goes. I don't know if you guys can visualize where the water goes as well. But anyway, we'll figure that out soon-ish, kind of, later. And once we do, we can come back and look at it. Alright, get rid of all of this. Don't need any of that. And then we're gonna... Okay, we're gonna pick up all this stuff on the ground. Is that everything? Is that everything? I think that's everything. Alright, back up. So yeah, so we're gonna go up 1 more block. Ooh, sunrise. We're gonna go up 1 more block here. Let's see, so it was gonna be railing, water, railing, except more. What is this? Okay, so we're gonna go up 1 more time. 2, 3, 4, and then the 4 block balcony. And then I forgot how far this goes back this way. I think I heard a spider. How far back should I be putting this? Well, I mean, how much further? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 there. But what I really want is, see that's much closer there, that's good. And then here we can actually 1, 2, 3. Alright, we can do that. And then even because there's 3 blocks there, and then have this staircase here. Was this how I... yeah, okay. Right, so that lines back up with where we had it before, except now we're a little bit higher up, which is really where we want to be. There we go. Now that everything works out. Look at that. Everything works out. Don't need that there. You don't need to excavate all this stuff neither. And look at that. There we go. Right there. And then the path can go, you know, up that way, and it can go up that way. Okay. Okay, that's exactly how I want it. Alright, good. So we got a balcony here. Can look back at the monastery. Can you see it through the rain? Not really, it's stone against the grey mountains. You can barely see anything there. You can kind of see a little bit there. That's interesting. Alright, let's go back. Oh, well. That's not very nice, is it? Let's change this later. That bridge is so odd. It looks so strange from almost all angles. It looks kind of strange because, well, first of all, it's not the same both sides. Like, it's longer one side than the other, right? And it's made of blocks. And it's an awkward diagonal. It's diagonals in 2 directions. So it's just an optical illusion, no matter how you look at it. Alright, so this is kind of the path, basically. This is the path. And imagine most of this underneath is water. And imagine there's a sheet of water there behind that balcony. There's a sheet of water down here as well. And then the staircase goes behind the waterfalls, out in front of the waterfalls, like that. So if you think back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video, this pretty much turned out exactly how I planned, almost. Yeah, this is pretty much what I planned. So I mean, if you're kind of asking, well, how did you do that? How did you? I mean, I spent some time before I started doing this. I spent some time planning this. But aside from that, we're going back to that thing. How do you know how much space to allocate to a staircase? And again, we're going back to that point where, if you have enough practice, then you just know these things after a while. If you get enough practice, then you can do this. Being able to just look at a space and know what you can fit in it. This is a little bit close, to be honest. There's a little bit close, but it's okay. It's still acceptable, I think. I guess we're gonna lower this bit all the way down to here, I guess, just to give ourselves more headroom underneath that bit. Alright. So we got that, and we got that. Alright, so now we have more headroom. This is different. Now, I guess we can have like seating there, and the path kind of goes around there. Should I just keep it like this. I was thinking we can push, this staircase down a few blocks. We can push this staircase down a few blocks as well. And then have this bit a little flatter. But no, I'm just going to keep it like this. I'm not going to change it too much. Or maybe, maybe one of the staircases is a little too long. Let me just pick this stuff up. So which staircase is the longest? It's this one, isn't it? I'm thinking we push it down and have a landing in the middle, so we don't have a huge long staircase. Although, this is kinda long as well. No, let's just ignore that. Let's not worry about this. Alright, so the path goes like this. That's fine. The balcony's not going to be as big as I thought. Actually, there's a problem. Because we have railings. So... okay, let's push the balcony out 2 more blocks. I'm just realizing I don't have enough space down here. Before the railings, then you hit your head on the railings. Up there, you see that? Okay, let's give ourselves 2 more blocks, and we can do that, because we're just going to stick this out as far as we feel like. That's not a problem. So 2 more blocks, and then we're going to push this staircase down even more. And since we're doing that, we might push that staircase down as well, just a little bit. Let's just see what happens once we get there. Right, we're gonna do that. And then that, except we need slabs underneath. There, let's just pick this up. Yeah, so actually kind of visualizing the space. Like building this stuff helps, Like before I started building this, I didn't really know if this would work. So as we build, we see that what I was imagining kind of worked, but then there were also parts that didn't actually quite fit. So we do have to change a few things as we go. So it's not like I'm perfect at this. No, I'm not. I'm far from perfect at this. But looking at things, visualizing what you haven't built yet, and then building it, and then evaluating whether that's enough or that's enough space for the other things that's not there yet. So the whole process is, it's about estimating what needs to be there. Let's push all this down. Did I do that wrong? I did, didn't I? I put slabs there when in fact I wanted that. Okay, let's go up there and see what's going on now that I've changed that again. The balcony is kind of big, that's fine. Nope, that's all the blocks. Alright, so here, how should we do this? Should we put the whole staircase down a little bit? So that seems like a lot of space, but once we... Wow, fail. But once we put the railings on the top bit, on the highest staircase, then that headroom's gonna disappear quite quickly. We can make the landings bigger. We can make this landing and that landing bigger. The question is, do we want to, or do we want the landings in different places? Alright, let's just make the landings bigger, because that is about the right height above the valley floor. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but let me just... Actually, no, that's not correct. This is, that's not really correct. That's... Okay, we're going to... no, because it won't line up. The railing's going to be difficult to do as well, because you don't have half fences, and then but we're using a lot of half blocks. I'm just trying to think how to do this. Alright, we're not going to use fences for railings, we're going to use slabs for railings. Just so we can have the half blocks. And then this landing is in fact going to be slabs. Whereas before we were kind of thinking we're going to keep the landings as the whole blocks, these things there. But we can't really fit that in. So, change of plans. Let's just put that there, so we don't have to deal with that too much. Alright, demolish this staircase. Just gonna make the landings a little bit bigger, basically. Landing's gonna be... Anyway, you'll see what happens, right? Let me just demolish this whole thing. All the way there. Okay, so let's just readjust this. So the landing's gonna be like that, and then the blocks, and then the step, and then the block. No, that's wrong. And then no. What are you doing? And then the block and the step and the block. Okay, this is going to be a little bit complicated. Alright, so we're gonna go to here. So now the landing is, you know, like that. Maybe I even make that bit, ouch, a part of the landing as well. Like that. So the railing will kind of stick out a little bit. The landing's a little bit bigger than the actual staircase. Here. Oh, look, it fits. And all we do is we change those to slabs. And that's the landing. Cool, okay, fits. Nice, good. The curtain of water will be down here. Alright. So that is the path. That's a huge balcony, isn't it? Gonna have some things holding that up. Alright. So that's the path. So you end up having kind of, you know, one line of that path there and another line up there. You can't really see it, can you? Like, this is kind of small and it's in its distance and it's dark, unfortunately. Oh, you can't really see anything at the moment. But that's the path. Alright, I might take a break now. Let me just walk up this thing one more time. So across here, across there. And the path is slightly narrower because so all of this is on top of the water. The water's underneath here. Here there'll be a sheet of water coming down the side, and we're kind of going underneath the waterfall. Same here, a sheet of water here as well. Until we get to here, and then we come back out on the other side, outside the water, onto the balcony, into the view of the courtyard and the monasteries. You see that? So we kind of set up this thing where you're going to be enclosed behind everything here, so you're kind of like walking into a tunnel of water behind here. So everything's, you know, you're kind of being squashed into this, you know, narrow space here until you get to this point, and then you come out of it, and then the whole thing, the whole mountain is laid out before you, or the whole, you know, interior of the mountain is laid out before you. And then you come back, and then the water into the next area, which is the top of the mountain. There you go. Well, not we still have a lot of stuff to build. Alright, I'm going to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll figure out where the water goes, because that's going to be important, isn't it?